Everybody, and welcome back to Edmonton Aviation, and today I have the American Airport update for February 2026, which is Palm Springs International Airport. So let's get started. Right over here, just touched down after a flight in from Washington Dulles is this United Air's A321neo. Pulling onto the runway before a flight out to Austin is this Delta ERJ 175. Right there, taxiing out for Seattle is this Alaska 737-800 in the Salmon 30 Salmon livery. Taxiing out for Calgary after an earlier flight in from Edmonton is this WestJet 737-700. Behind him, heading out to Chicago O'Hare is this United 737 MAX 9. Behind him, just arrived in from Toronto Pearson and now taxiing back out for the same airport is this Porter E195-E2. Over at a bus gate, we have this United Express CRJ 200 in the Air Wisconsin livery, which will be heading out for Los Angeles today. Making its debut in my model airport is this United CRJ 550, which will be heading out to Los Angeles today. Just arrived in from New York JFK is this Alaska 737 MAX 9 in the Seattle Kraken livery. Getting some catering and fuel and cargo loaded on before a flight out to Vancouver is this Air Canada Airs A320 in the old livery, and it just arrived in from there earlier. Right over here, about to head out to Phoenix Sky Harbor is this American Airs A319 after an earlier flight in from Chicago O'Hare. Right there is a Sun Country 737-700, which will be heading out to Minneapolis, St. Paul after an earlier flight in from the same airport. Just boarding before a flight out to Denver is this United 737 MAX 8 in the Tagaver livery. Over here, getting some cargo loaded on is this Alaska 737-800 in the Star Wars livery before a flight out to Portland. Here we have two Delta planes. First up is a 757-200, which will be heading out to Atlanta, and next up, about to head out to Minneapolis, St. Paul, is this Airs A220-300 for Delta. Making its debut in my model airport is this American Eagle CRJ 200 in the Retro livery, which will be heading out to Los Angeles, Phoenix Sky Harbor today. Over there is a Delta Connexon CRJ 700 in the SkyWest livery, which will be heading out for Salt Lake City today. And finally, to end off the regional section is this Alaska ERJ 175 in the Retro Horizon livery, which will be heading out to Everett. Over there is this 737 MAX 8 for Southwest in the Amula 1 livery, which will be heading out to Oakland. Next up is this Air Canada's A220-300, which is taxiing out for Toronto Pearson. Right over here is this Delta 717-200 heading out to Salt Lake City. And over here is the United Air's A320 taxiing out for San Francisco. Right here is the Delta Air's A319 taxiing out for a flight over to New York JFK. Just pulled off the runway after a flight in from Charlotte is this American Air's A320, and they'll be heading out to Dallas Fort Worth later on. Taxiing out here for a flight over to Denver is this Southwest 737-800 in the California 1 livery. Right over here, heading out to Winnipeg after a flight in from Vancouver is this WestJet 737-700. And finally, just before I end off the airport update, we have my hangar. As starting off for it, we have this Alaska 737-700, which arrived in from Boise last night and will be awaiting its next flight tomorrow morning. And in the hangar, getting some maintenance work done on it is the Southwest 737 MAX 8, which arrived in from Sacramento last night. And anyways, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys back in the next video.